Thanks for staying over when I needed you to help me burn up my yard of weeds and to tear down the walls that always cradled us. Now we're thanking them with kerosene. And if these walls could talk, they would be screaming now. How could you do this to me? What was the only place you ever felt at home? You will only feel lost if you leave. Please don't leave me. Inside of our burning past, we can see all the things that we have done. All those nights that you stayed over and we'd sneak out of bed just to do what you do when you're young. But now our bones have gathered rust and we don't need to sneak to be where we want to be tonight. Well, this is our last chance before the fire dies, so we will do what feels right. Oh, what is right? Well, it could have been affected by your hair or the light in the room, but I swear that when our bodies finally fused, our colors did too, and we burned brighter than the fire. And you scream the things we laugh at in any other context, but tonight they fit perfect. We don't need to be complex, and our colors blend as your spine bends. We are orange. We are orange. We could have been affected by your hair or the light in the room, but I swear that when our bodies finally fused, our colors did too. And we burned brighter than the fire. I am not like the water towers. I don't expect blue sky. Expectancies mean only disappointment, so I'll just take what I can find. It's a good thing I don't like the taste of blood. People can be disposed like the lives of those who do what society hates, but it's not their fault. They just like salt. when they're making their lemonade. You may think I'm selfish, I just don't want to waste my life. And you may think that's selfish, and maybe you are right. Well, I don't care. I don't care.
We'll transition over here. There we go.
Yeah.
Welcome back to our old microphone setup.
Yeah. I can't lean back or it pulls my headphones, which pulls all of them, which screws the current setup.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, it's because it's like looped around other cords. No, actually, I have more slack if it slides that way because I'm looped around other cords in the mess.
Whatever. It doesn't matter anymore.
Nope.
You're just going to have to deal with it for today.
Sit up perfectly straight.
Sit up perfectly straight.
Not move at all.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep my jaw tight.
You don't
Not
have to
even my
keep your
teeth.
jaw tight. Don't be ridiculous.
Don't move at all. I probably should blink.
Don't be ridiculous.
Never.
You would never, ever be ridiculous.
Never. I'm very serious and on the ball person.
Yeah. If you're watching, you might notice that we are using
Primitive microphones.
primitive. These are our old microphones, what we used before we got the fancy hanging ones.
Which are still fancier than our first microphones.
Yeah, like I was talking about it. It's like if we went back to our, because this was a special request from you to have these.
Yeah, we got one from me first. Oh, no, we had initially we had the old.
Our first microphone was a Logitech desktop microphone, one of those little sticks.
pair of them.
Yeah, a pair of them.
Then we got another microphone out of my request. It wasn't these. For a while, I had the microphone from
Rock Band.
Rock Band.
Yep. And then we moved to the Yeti mic.
Yeah.
And then we eventually moved to these.
Yep.
When I bought the soundboard.
Yeah.
And then we moved to
The hanging mics.
the hanging mics, and we've had the hanging mics for about 2 years.
Has it only been 2 years? No.
We had them for about 4 years.
Yeah, we had them in the old apartment. So.
Yeah, maybe 3 years. No, we've been here for 2.5.
Yeah.
4 years now. Yeah,
At least.
we moved quickly in those first couple.
We were ambitious and young and foolish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and we knew that like it wasn't super expensive to get these things,
No.
and so we got there. That was kind of it.
And we started off with the first ones because they were basically really, really cheap.
Yeah, they were like $12,
Yeah.
and I was like, "That'll be good enough." Nope, I was so wrong.
It was good enough.
Yeah, it was good enough. I mean, we were better off on the days that we realized that we hadn't actually mapped to them, and that we'd recorded the entire thing on the computer mic,
Yeah.
on the laptop microphone
Yeah.
back in the day. But
With the old Chromebook.
with the old Chromebook, actually no, it was my old work laptop. Remember,
Did the Chromebook come later?
the Chromebook came later.
Ah.
Yeah, the Chromebook came much later. And then I changed jobs, so we had to
Get something else.
get something else.
We were on a Mac Mini for a while.
We're on a Mac. We were on an iMac for a little while.
That's right. We had the iMac for a while. We had the Mac Mini for a while.
Yep, we went through 2 Mac Minis.
Yeah.
And for the last 8 months or so, not even that, 6 months, we've been on my desktop.
I think it's the first time we've. Okay, so I guess was the Chromebook new when we started?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
because the Mac Minis and the iMacs were both used when we started with them.
Correct. Yeah. No, I bought the Chromebook.
Yeah.
It wasn't technically a Chromebook. It was a netbook.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah. It was before Chromebook was like a thing.
Okay.
It was supposed to be like it evolved into what Chromebooks were.
Yeah.
It's easy. Yeah, I'd say it's easier to move the microwave when we cough now.
It is.
But
I'll just point at you and you cough.
yeah, this is to say, the reason that we went back to these is because today is our last episode.
It is.
Yeah,
Probably.
I mean, for the time being.
Yeah.
So, and this isn't, which is it's hilarious in some fashion because, like, now we're going to be spending more time in than ever.
Yep.
And so, like, I know people who are starting more podcasts. But
good luck to them.
Yeah, good luck to them. We decided to do this.
We've said a few months ago.
Yeah, I want to say
You can ask me about it
in February.
February. I had been on my mind for a good 6 months.
Yeah.
I kind of felt the wind down was coming. And
Yeah. Oh, it had been on my mind for a while too.
Yeah.
And we finally talked about it.
Yep.
And the reason, and I was looking for a good time to stop. That was kind of like the thing.
And a national, global pandemic is the perfect. Wait, no.
No, it's not. Yeah, we decided to stop in February.
Yeah.
Maybe even earlier. Was it?
Oh, it was it was before you got sick.
Yeah, it was before I got sick.
Yeah.
So we're looking at early January.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we were last week was supposed to be our last episode.
I gotta look up my calendar and figure out I know what we were at.
We were at a show. I can tell you.
We were at it was the it was Trevor Luke.
Drifter Luke.
Drifter Luke.
It was in January.
Yeah. The Van Etiquette. Vaudeville Etiquette.
Vaudeville Etiquette.
Yep.
Yeah, it was mid-January.
Right.
Yeah, it was mid-January when we did it, when we decided. And we were looking for a good place to stop, and we decided episode 400.
Yeah.
Like, get to a nice even number.
Well, then
It was originally to time up to be after Emerald City Comic Con.
it was, and that was going to work because, well, we ended up missing that week because you were out sick.
Yeah,
And so
but
pushed
it was
us
going to
back.
work anyway.
Yeah.
Like, it was going to be the week after Emerald City.
Yep.
Which was supposed to be last week, and now it's today, which would have been 2 weeks after Emerald City. But then I ended up getting sick for a week, and
We debated it, and I made a pretty strong argument you couldn't stop at $3.99.
yeah.
Same reason you can't stop at $19.99 on the gas pump.
Yeah, exactly. It's tough. Well, and here's the thing, is that if for some reason episode 400 fell before Emerald City Comic Con,
Yeah.
which now technically it does, but we committed to ending it.
We're not going to push to 420.
That was the thing, is that if it would have had ended before, it had been 400 before Emerald City Comic Con, I would have pushed to 420.
Yeah.
But that's another half a year.
That is.
That's another 6 months. And
Oh, yeah, that is. Jeez.
yeah, it's only 20.
I mean, it's only 5 months, actually.
Yeah,
But still. 20 weeks.
Exactly. And we had planned it already.
Yep.
And it's not because we don't like doing the show anymore. It was time.
And we're kind of, I feel we're doing the same thing over and over and over a lot.
Yeah.
We're at a point where it's time to pursue other interests. And
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing, is that functionally the podcast is shutting down. That's the big part of it.
we're not going to be sitting here recording for an hour every week.
Correct. We are keeping the website up.
Yep.
I am going to be, since all of these have been going to YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
I am in the process of converting the archived episodes
Yeah.
into video to put up onto YouTube.
Okay.
I have about 5 of them done so far. It takes time.
It does.
And so, but now I'll be having a lot more time at home, so
Yep.
it'll be easier to kind of just like set it and forget it kind of thing. It's a lot of like upfront work to tell it to convert, and then you have to wait for a while.
It reminds me a lot of my photography days.
What's that?
Reminds me of photography back in the day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like my video productions work that I've done over the years.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the exact same thing. But
I mean, I got my first Xbox when I was doing batch edits on photos.
yeah, exactly. And since I'm going to be working from home, it'll
Yep.
be easy to
Yeah.
just grab them and upload them. So those will start coming out shortly. There's no deadline
Not really.
really scheduled for it. But
What are you using for footage on them?
oh, it's just
found footage?
It's just no, it's it's all found footage. No, it's just going to be the image from the
The episode?
episode.
Okay.
Yeah. Because some people don't always watch, but they people listen.
Yep.
This thing's being funky today too.
Hey, it's died.
Well, it also might just be the cables
Yeah.
or the fact that it was sitting on top of one of the cables.
That could help too.
But so I'll be moving my way through that slowly but surely. But Clinically Inane is, as in and of itself, is going to remain.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be
Producing content at this point.
producing content currently. Like, if we produce content in the future and want to put it under that header,
Yeah.
that's where it'll be coming out. Like, I have a couple things that I want to produce under Clinically Inane.
Yep.
It's just that, time, money, and
Social distancing.
social distancing weren't a factor, which actually it might be easier to produce this now.
Well, the thing you have in mind or the podcast?
The thing I have in mind,
Yeah.
because everyone, it's a audio thing,
And everyone's stuck at home.
and everyone's stuck at home, and all my voice actor friends are stuck at home.
Yeah.
So being like, hey, got time to do a thing?
Yeah.
Like, let's do it. And I always wanted to pay people for it too, and I need to talk with, I've had conversations with our friends, Brian Lewis and Andy Doporowski about it. And
Yeah.
apparently, because they're both technically union,
Okay.
they're SAG.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah. And so in order, they both have been like, oh, I'll do it for free, but we have to have producer credits.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
Type name in. All right. Done.
Yeah. You have to have a producer credit. Because unions are a fickle thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a thing that I've had literally for 6 of the 8 years that we've been doing this.
The
it's been in my
itself's
brain.
Been around even longer than that.
Oh, the content's been around for a solid 15 years,
Yeah.
almost. I was 18, so we're at 14. We're gonna be turning 32.
Was it your first year?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
it was 8. I was 18 when it was written originally,
Yeah, I guess so.
and that was that's 13 years ago. It'll be 14. I'm turning
Yeah. I forget.
32.
Like it just all blurs together.
Yeah, so it's upwards of 15 years ago. But I've had it ready to go for an audio thing for 6 years.
Yeah. Is it actually is it reformatted for it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, I adapted it.
Because they're reprinting over the graphic novel, but that fell through with your brother.
I still have the script for that though.
True.
You
just got to find a committed artist.
Yeah, well, and I want to be able to pay. I could do it with my brother, and we could not have to. It would be a passion thing where
Yeah.
I can I'm working on the adaptation, the writing of it, and he was working on the art. And then if we get paid, we'll get paid. But if we don't, then we are also not
Out.
Yeah. Whereas this thing, if I'm going to be asking people to,
especially
SAG people, and here's the thing: it's one thing to ask your brother to do something for free. It's another thing to ask your friends, and I hate asking people to do stuff for free.
Yeah.
The amount of free shit that I've done for my brother over the years, I don't feel bad asking him. But the amount of stuff that I want to be able to pay my creative friends. You can't pay people in exposure.
Not when they're more exposed than you are, especially.
Yeah. And I want to be able to, and here's the thing, is that it would be one of those things of I can pay you what I can pay you.
Yeah.
And hopefully that's good enough for you.
Yeah.
And if it's not,
I'll make you a set of dice.
Yeah, I'll make you some dice, yeah. Yeah, if it's not good enough, I'm sorry. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But I can pay you what I can pay you.
Yep. And I mean, so it might come down to some bartering stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Someone may need a console table, and you need a voice actor. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Somebody might need furniture.
Yeah.
I was actually talking about that with my girlfriend last night, telling her about how the person who does my hair, when they started doing my hair, I had more tattoos than them.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, yeah, I want to go to like get this one thing done. And I was like, go to this studio. Send them to my studio. Yeah, they're down the street from where you are.
Yeah.
You'll love them. Everyone there is great.
Yep.
And smash cut 4 years later, and they have more tattoos than I do now because they work in trade with the studio, because it's $200 for a cut and color. It's $200 for a tattoo.
Yeah.
Like
Even trade.
I
grew up with a lot of I'm a son of a contractor. We grew up with a lot of that where my dad's friend would buy paint. My dad would go paint their house. My dad would buy brick. They'd come re-brick the shower.
Yeah, exactly.
They can do it on their off time. There's no money exchange. And since there's no money exchange, it's just trade. It's not actually taxable.
Yep, exactly. It's a lot of that interesting stuff. But yeah, I've had this thing that I've wanted to produce. I don't want to say anything more. I'm being vague about it.
I've been entertained by the fact of being vague.
Because you obviously know what it is. You worked on the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both did. And then I got permission.
I still have resentment for some people because of the original.
Not me.
No.
I was
one person in particular.
I was very helpful on that one, actually. Because I was also a special effects artist for that show. And I had to think up ways to do the special effects, which some of them were super high tech. Like we laid an electric match every night and did a quick paint job to hide it. And like I was the one off stage, pressing the button to light it to shoot the spark. I figured out a way to put stuff in the table so to have a false hole in the table, so that when there was a shot into it, the actor would pull a thing and it would spring and shoot pieces of foam up.
To 2x4s off stage for gunshots.
Yeah, if we didn't use the blanks.
I thought for the offstage shots we're using the 2x4s just to save on blanks.
Yeah, we were, but the on-stage shots we were using blanks. And then our highest tech one. So like those other ones required thought and planning and process and ingenuity and a bit of engineering. And then our final one was there's a final shot where final gunshot where there was a blood splashback, and that one was done behind a counter. And that was done by putting a bowl of fake blood behind the counter with a ladle in it, and the person who was getting shot would fill the ladle and fling it up at the other person.
Yep.
And to varying results. There was one night where it was like where it hit mostly the wall, and we went, fuck, now we have to clean the wall. And it hit a little bit of the person. And then there was another night where it was a real full ladle, and it hit the person right in the face.
Beautiful.
And it was so bloody. This was also the show where I got killed and was covered in fake blood and had blood capsules. And I was covered in fake blood that had detergent in it so they could get it out of my clothes. And every night the makeup artists were giving me shit. They're like, you're being such a wuss. And I was like, you keep pouring the blood with the detergent into my eyes.
Weakling.
Like, not weekly, nightly.
No, I said weakling.
Weakling? Oh.
You.
Yeah. Yeah. They're pouring blood with detergent in it straight into my eyeballs.
See, I didn't see a lot of the shows because I was on the design half of it.
Yeah.
And the build half.
Yeah. Yeah. I was on the design half, the acting half, and the other half. There's 3 halves in there somewhere. I did a lot of work on that show.
That's what theater is. 3 halves.
Yeah, it's true. I did a lot of work on that show. But I got permission from the original author years ago to adapt it as long as I
stay true to the content.
Stay true to the content and make sure to credit him with story.
Yeah.
And I always do. And there's a few things that like we've made some changes on, and I've consulted with him on it. Like, hey, this doesn't,
Do we make it a happier ending?
No, absolutely not.
You're not going to Hollywood the ending.
No. And I've honestly recorded a sample
Yeah.
with me doing the VO for the main character, which doesn't fit. I'm the wrong person to do it, but it's a test.
It's a test.
Yeah, and I did it, and I added sound effects, and I added all the little things to make it like a radio play, and it sounds pretty good. It's really rough, but like it sounds good.
She walked back into my life, into my office, asked me the one question I'd always dreaded. What would you do for a Klondike bar?
But yeah, that's been on my list to do for fucking 6 years, and
Yeah.
like if it comes out, it'll be under Clinically Inane.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a few other things that, like, if the fancy strikes us to produce something, it'll be under Clinically Inane. But the podcast itself is going to be functionally done.
I was going to say inept, but that too.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And a big part of it is that we've been doing this for in May it'll have been 8 years.
Yeah. This is my longest commitment I've ever had.
Yeah, I mean, other than college. No, we beat out college.
We beat out college.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the longest project that I've worked on.
Also, this is like I went multiple colleges though. Also, so if you break those down, definitely beat it.
No, this is the longest project I've worked on, and I'm glad we did it. I learned a
This
lot.
is longer than any job I've had.
Yeah, me too.
This is longer than any romantic relationship I've had.
Me too. Yeah.
By about 9 years.
Wait, the podcast isn't 8 yet.
Okay, by about 8 years.
No, we'll go with 9.
By about 7 years and 51 weeks.
Yeah, weird. That's not true. By about 7 years and 12 and 11 months. But
Oh yeah, because we're not to May yet.
yeah. No, it's purely because we realized it was time to end it.
Yeah. Let it be.
Yeah. And
I mean, I honestly don't know what we would have talked about this week if we weren't ending it.
I do.
Lockdown?
A little bit of
Shutdown?
that. I bought Animal Crossing.
Ah.
I've been playing Animal Crossing. It's fun. I highly recommend it if you have a Switch. If you don't have a Switch, fucking sorry, they're all sold out right now.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I do not have a Switch.
One of my coworkers tried to get one to entertain her, and she's not gonna get one.
Did you have to switch to a different console?
None of the consoles are available.
Really?
They're all gone.
Wow.
Yeah. She was like, maybe I'll get a Switch to play Animal Crossing. Gone. All right. Xbox? Nope. PlayStation? Nope. Gone. Gone.
Actually, that makes sense. 2 factors. Everyone wants one, and they're imported from China.
Yeah. Well, apparently China's getting back to normal, but
Yeah, but a month or so ago, most of their factories were shut down.
it's true.
So we're now seeing the
Ripple.
non-shipments. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's like that's what I would have talked about was Animal Crossing.
That's fair.
But it's like I don't know. For me, it's that I realized that it was kind of time to be done when I realized that I wasn't pushing anymore.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I stopped pushing a long time ago.
You didn't push that much to begin with.
Never had to. I mean, I'm mostly just here for color commentary and jokes.
Yeah. Well, and you think about where we started. We started with 4 guys, and
Yeah.
then that dwindled to 3, and then it dwindled to us.
And now it's going to be just... wait, no.
No. And part of that was because life.
Yep.
Other parts were because like we had to make necessary changes.
Yeah.
And it was, and we've gone through changes over the years. We went from being like we're talking to anyone and everyone to becoming more pop culture and movie oriented. And
Yeah. And I think the fact we're living together helped keep the podcast alive a bit longer.
yeah. But it's something that I don't know, like to put things into perspective, one of the people who was a guest on this really early that I did a Skype interview with him
Yeah.
was Dave Ross. Dave is on his third show in the time that we've been doing this one.
Yeah.
Actually, fourth. When we started doing this, he was a co-host on Sex Nerd Sandra,
Mm-hmm.
and then he created Terrified, and then Terrified ran for about 2 years and ended, and then he created with Hampton Yount Suicide Buddies, and Suicide Buddies just functionally ended as Suicide Buddies, and because they changed the format.
Yeah.
So Suicide Buddies is done, and now it's Y'all Ever, and it's and he's and so in the time period that we've done this show, Dave has been in 4 shows.
Yeah. I mean, we had Trin on early on, and Trin was still talking about Zoe stuff at that point.
Yeah, Trin was before she was like, when we had Trin on early, it was very, very early in her timeline too. It's weird watching commercials, seeing her now,
Or movies,
yeah, and being just like, oh look, there's Trin.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of fun to think back on.
I'm curious if Dr. Ballard has discovered any more planets.
She has not discovered any more planets, but
I was able to reference her at a party recently.
yeah, like that was one of you think about all the cool people that we've got to talk to over the years, all the fun stuff that we've got to do. We're embedded with Emerald City Comic Con now.
Yeah.
Me a little bit more so, but even you,
Hey, I know the people at least.
yeah. And it was it was life changer kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
Interviewed your teenage heroes.
what's that?
We interviewed and had on the show your teenage heroes.
Yeah, and I'm friends with them now, and we've talked with comedians. We've talked with a number of really cool, interesting actors. We met people that people told us they're like, hey, you should check this out. We think you might like it, and we looked at it and it's like, holy shit, this is actually awesome.
Yeah.
We met Espionage Cosmetics because of this show.
More or less.
I mean, yes and no.
I thought we met Jamie at a Halloween party.
Yeah.
At a comic book shop.
Yeah, here's the thing, is that
we got involved with Espionage because of this show?
we got involved with Espionage because of this show. And that was through Emerald City Comic Con because we had just started this show when we met Jamie, and I was becoming friends with one of the people from Emerald City Comic Con, and she was friends with one of the people from Comic Con, and we can drive it all back to this show in some fashion. And we've got to talk to that's a perfect example is Dr. Sarah Ballard, who was absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
She was really cool, really fun. She let us come to her office at UW and do a really fun interview with her. She was the reason we knew about her is we saw her on Star Talk.
Yeah.
And reached out to her and we're like, hey,
you're in Seattle.
We saw you on the show. That was fascinating. Do you want to talk with us? And we had a great conversation with her.
Yeah.
And learned a lot. We, on a personal level, I reposted it after he passed away, but I have a recorded conversation with my grandfather.
Yeah.
He's gone now, but I have that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's just cool to think about all of the stuff that we've got to do because of this.
We did a few live shows over the years.
We've done a few live. We got to do a few live shows.
Various venues.
Yeah. We got to do. We got to have live music on the show. We've got to meet. You've gotten to meet so many authors.
Yeah.
Just people that you'd wanted, people that you'd never met before, and people that you'd wanted to talk to.
Yeah, we did. Years. I mean, we did years worth of interviews with all the people from Quirk Books and
Angry Robot.
Yeah.
If we were going again to Emerald City this year, I would have been having you go over to Del Rey Books.
Yeah.
Because they have fascinating people there too.
Yeah.
I've gotten to talk to comic artists that I never would have got to talk to before.
Yeah.
It's really cool. It's really fascinating. We can directly point to this experience as having bettered our lives for people around us, meeting new friends, having interesting experience. And I don't regret any of it, which is great.
I've got a list.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Uh,
Do you want me to go through it today, or do you
no,
want,
we can go through it later. Do you need it? I do have a bill for you. For emotional trauma over the years.
Oh, so then I getting paid.
I
I can't afford a house. I'm not going to afford your emotional trauma bill.
It is more than a house in Seattle.
I figure there's more than a house in a nice neighborhood in Seattle.
It's more than a house in Queen Anne.
Yeah. It's being out Madison Valley.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's been. I don't know, for me, it's helped a lot. It helped, the reason we started it was because I was having a creative itch and was turning into depression.
Yep.
And I didn't have an outlet. I didn't have a way to.
There's a magnet upstairs I bought a few years ago.
What's that?
There's a magnet upstairs I bought a few years ago.
Which one?
It is I couldn't afford a therapist, so I started a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I saw it and I knew it was you.
Yeah.
It was needed. It was
It
required.
was necessary. No, I was in a bad place. Like,
Yeah.
And it's tough to be in a bad place when you're, 24, 23, however old I was.
Yeah.
7 years ago, 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, 8 years ago, it still would have been 24.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we started in May.
Curtis was in his early mid-20s.
Yeah. And
life sucked.
yeah, I wasn't happy.
Today, life sucks a little less.
I mean, it sucks in different ways.
Today, Curtis's sucking has fundamentally changed.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Yes. Wait.
He still sucks. It's just different now.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
$20 is $20.
$20 is $20, man. Don't worry about it. But no, it was because like I had gotten used to college, and in college we had done
Creative stuff all the
creative
time.
stuff, and if we
Yeah.
weren't like, I went from a job doing creative stuff to a job doing creative stuff to a major doing creative stuff, and on the side we did creative stuff.
Yeah.
And to like,
And I don't think that's uncommon, especially in the arts, where, especially that field, you graduate and you're just kind of turn loose, and there's this spiraling.
yeah. Why do you think there are so many people that we know that graduated from our school that went back to school and have a nursing degree now?
Yeah.
So many.
Actually, I know one who graduated with a degree in biochemistry who went back for nursing, but yeah.
Yeah, but like theater people.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them go back, and I think a lot of them who don't. There is this, you see a lot, there's some who focus and go in that and they pursue that. There's a lot where there's just this spiral effect. You kind of,
You don't know what to do.
You're out of orbit.
Yeah, and I was somewhere bad. And I'd been listening to a lot of podcasts. I was listening to Smodcast. I was listening to Nerdist still at the time. I was listening to anything I could.
Yeah.
Because it made me laugh.
Yep.
And it was helping in some fashion. And I literally approached Boyd and one of our other friends and was like, hey, do you guys want to do this? I think we could. And
even back then, I'm always down for the adventure. So.
Yeah. And we went on the idea that if we maintained one listener, we would still keep going.
I think it's more that if we were still enjoying it.
Yeah. Or that was kind of it too. Like, are we still having fun?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the fact is that yes, we could still be having fun with this. Like, it's not. I don't ever walk out of this being like that wasn't fun. Like,
there's definitely weeks I've gotten to the Saturday podcast.
Yeah. Well, like,
it's the time suck more than anything for some weeks.
That's the thing is like we'll do it in the morning, and being able to going into it is always like we've had the times of being like, oh man, like I just don't want to do it today. But at the end, I've never regretted doing it.
There's a lot of garage sales and farmers markets for this podcast. You can't go hit the good garage sales at noon.
No, you can't. They're done.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah. Well, you can't hit any garage sales now.
I wonder Like, I highly suspect that people are still holding garage sales. And that seems like a horrible idea.
It seems like a terrible idea. But no, it was, for me, this has kind of been my therapy for the last 8 years.
We're back to the magnet.
What's that? Yeah, it has been.
Yeah.
But it truly has been. Like, if you think about 4 or 5 years ago, like, you would your entertainment was coming into the podcast and seeing what I was incensed about this week.
Or how I could break you.
Yeah. And then, but there was a moment in time where I stopped, where I decided, like, oh, I can't do this anymore. I can't, like, maintain.
Rage Curtis is burning out.
Rage Curtis burned out, and I did it via the show, and I mean, I probably said some things I shouldn't have. Like, let's be honest, you can hear change in me over the years.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah,
I've become, I think, a lot more empathetic. A lot more.
Kids is not worth going back into some early episodes, other than maybe Hungover in Radiation Land.
I mean, some of our early interviews are really interesting, too.
True.
Like, going back and listening to, like, Dave Ross is a perfect example.
So stick to the interviews and us being hungover.
Yeah. But, like, it's turned into some really cool, interesting things. But, like, for me, my mental health, it's helped a lot.
Cool.
I am a lot calmer now. Things don't hit me as much as they need to. As much as they did.
Things don't hit me as much as they need to.
Nope. Yeah. No. What virus?
We're going full Republican there.
No. Shut up. Things don't. I don't go from zero to rage.
Yeah.
Which is good.
That is.
It's good for.
There's at least 3 steps in there now.
Yeah. It's zero, annoyed, and then rage.
Yeah.
No, I've learned a lot.
I think sometimes you also learn that sometimes that annoyed you go to rage or disgusted.
Mm-hmm.
There's an alternate.
Alternate. There are 2 paths.
Yes.
But I think that. Well, and even you've learned a lot over the years too.
Probably.
You have, whether you like to admit it or not.
I've learned nothing in the last 20 years.
Yeah, that shows. No, like, honestly, like, if you look back at the early days of when we started doing movie reviews to now,
yeah,
you have become more of a critical thinker.
Yeah.
About it, and you're able to state why.
Yeah. I still love movies that entertain me more than anything, but
yeah, no, but that's the thing is that you can state why you love a movie.
Yeah,
as opposed to just being like, I don't know, I liked it.
I can even defend my bad movies sometimes.
Yeah, and I think that's from a skill set that's shown growth. I've grown as an interviewer, as a presenter, as an MC, just through doing this, just through talking constantly.
Yeah,
and I don't know. We've had some.
I feel my skills to mock what you've just said have definitely improved.
Yeah, they definitely have. Well, and it's funny too. Like, people hang out with us now, and because of this show, we were already smartasses. But because we practice it every week too, it gets worse.
It does. It's wonderful.
Yeah, people are. We've literally been like us and like a couple other people, and you'll hear us talking, and then the other person won't be able to get a word in edgewise, and then oh no. But. No, overall, I'm definitely gonna wake up next Saturday and go, oh fuck.
See, I do have regrets about when we're ending. I can't go over brunch next Sunday.
I was supposed to go to Leavenworth next weekend.
I know.
We had this planned. I had a 3-day like weekend getaway vacation with my girlfriend planned, and then I was gonna come back and do birthday dinner at my parents' house on Sunday. Come back from Leavenworth and do my birthday dinner that day. It was supposed to be a really fun, relaxing weekend. And now that's just fucking gone. So don't complain to me about brunch. You can go to brunch at 11 a.m.
No, I can't. Oh, normally in the history, yeah.
Yes.
Currently, I can't.
No.
I'm going to order brunch in next week. That's all I've decided.
You can.
Yeah.
Like, one of the places that opened fairly recently up in Ballard, a place called Sawyer, which is nominated for a James Beard Award.
Yeah.
We've gone there a couple times, and they're now doing brunch to go.
Actually, I've seen a couple restaurants actually add like brunch to their menus.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw one post on there. They're very open about why. They also have more time today because they're not prepping the restaurant.
Yeah.
They don't have to go out and clean the front half of the front of house.
Yeah.
So they start cooking earlier.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's also a good way to keep people on staff. And
Yeah.
But, like, we went and got June Baby the other night.
Yeah.
To go. Like, we went and picked it up.
I know you've been to Clock Out and picked up stuff too.
Yep. Just trying to, not eating out every night, but like last night, because like last night we made dinner.
Yeah.
But like not eating out every night, but eating out to support local businesses and stuff like that. But
I bought a couple gift cards from people also. We know, and yeah.
I literally got a order yesterday. I ordered a bunch of stuff from Barry Blankenship.
Yeah.
And it arrived yesterday. I took the posters over to my girlfriend's house because those were for her, but like my stickers arrived and they're really pretty.
My bald head bought a gift card from a hairstylist.
For your beard?
Probably, yeah.
Or to give to somebody.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's I don't know. It's like I was saying, like this is the worst time to quit doing this because like we have.
Otherwise, we commit to another 5 months.
Yeah.
We could end at 404.
No. 404 podcast not found.
Yeah.
No.
I guess I'd say there's the end at 403.
But
just leave an hour blank audio for 404.
404. I could. It'd be pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Just there's that you hear the undertone from the intro music from my normal intro.
Yep.
And then you hear the actual introduction and then an hour of silence and then the outro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not just silence, but just the ambient in your office when no one's here.
Oh, I don't even need to do that. I can literally just throw ambient on there.
I kind of like the idea of your ambient office with no one here.
Or you just hear in the background just the clicking, just the.
I don't. Yep. Set up the Yeti for it.
Yeah, you just hear.
Occasional truck drive by.
Yeah.
Probably one of the ones with a really loud airplane took off too, wasn't it?
Oh God, yeah.
They occasionally launch large aircraft from the field down the hill from us.
Down the hill from us, and some of them take like 10 minutes to launch, and it just shakes the house. For
Well,
like
I figured
10
out
minutes.
it's the UPS ones.
The ones that warm up.
Yeah, they have to warm these because they're massive cargo planes. They won't launch it from a fairly small field, so they warm them up. Then, in the end, they actually get the jets up to speed and then release the brake.
Yeah,
just to get up to speed so they can
not
drive through Georgetown.
It's a drag race start.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, they just don't drive through Georgetown.
Yeah. But yeah. So from a
the military jets are the ones that rattle the house, but are a lot shorter.
Yes. Yeah. I will say so from a just a logistics standpoint. Literally the second we finish this, I'm gonna go over and shut down the Patreon.
Okay. So donate now. Wait, another one.
No, don't.
It'll be done by the time.
Yeah. We're gonna
be closed by the time they hear this.
Yeah, it will be.
Well,
unless you're listening now, we have a couple people.
Hello, friends.
But no, it's I'm gonna go shut down the Patreon.
All right.
People don't need to be paying us for something we're not making anymore.
You're so royalties.
Ethical. So ethical.
We call it royalties.
You know what? If we're gonna get royalties, we'll get it on views from YouTube.
That's fair.
I have it monetized. Or we've made 17 cents.
Do we have just any sort of open cup donation thing?
No, we don't. Yeah, waves. Hi. I mean, and I can point out a few people over the years who have been very supportive of us.
Matt Grandis?
Matt Grandis.
We've chanted his name more than once on the podcast.
Yep. Patty Marvel.
Your mother.
My mother, yeah. Rival Guy.
Yeah.
Who else? Caleb. You remember Caleb?
Oh yeah,
I haven't heard from him in a while because his job is very secretive.
yeah.
But and he can't really talk very much anymore.
I realized of those, not including your mother, the 4 people we've mentioned there, we've met one of them in person.
Rival?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know that Matt and Patty came from the Nerdist comment threads.
Yeah.
And they jumped over and have been supporters of us for the entire run of the show.
Yeah.
And I cannot state enough like how
We've
much
got
it's
Christmas
meant
CDs from Patty.
to Yeah. Fuck, we got brownies from her.
Yeah.
We're on the Christmas card list.
Hey.
And
We'll see how this year goes.
And Matt has gone the route of writing books, and
Yep.
like I have his books.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm enjoying them. But it's there are people that over the years that have been just great to us. The people at Espionage Cosmetics,
Yeah.
Optimisticals,
Emerald City.
Emerald City Comic Con, Little Vampires.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of more.
We interviewed Steam Crow years ago.
Oh God, Steam Crow has been
Yeah.
extremely supportive of us. Angry Robot's been very supportive.
Yep.
Um,
Quirk Books has been a regular.
Quirk Books. A lot of the people from Zoe.
Yeah.
Christian Doyle, Brian Lewis, Andy Toporowski, Trin Miller.
Yep.
I mean, like a bunch of people. And I don't know, it's been
Colton.
Colton Anderson.
He's still the music.
Yeah, he did the music for us
Many, many moons ago.
many moons ago. He's getting married this year.
He is.
Hopefully.
It's the current plan. She hasn't wised up yet.
That's not what I'm worried about. I'm worried about things opening up again.
So I actually know in California, they are allowing groups up to 5 for a wedding, which is the minimum number you need for a wedding.
Yeah.
So they can still get married. They just can't have a big ceremony.
Yeah, I have a save the date for October. So we'll see.
Hey, put up a Zoom camera. Everyone can tune in.
Yeah.
Broadcast your nuptials.
I
Sounds
broke
far
my-
more dirty than it is.
Yeah. I broke my girlfriend's brain a little bit the other day.
Yeah?
I was supposed to go down to California in June to meet her parents.
Yep.
For a weekend, and I was like, "You realize?" Like, I was like, "Have you told your parents we're probably not coming in June?" She was like, "No, why would I?" I was like, "Your father with a rare blood disease that makes him extremely immunodeficient.
Yeah.
You want us to go meet him right now?" And she's like, "Fuck." I was like, "Yeah, I won't be responsible for that."
My parents are isolated out in the country.
Live streaming wedding receptions are probably way cheaper. That's a comment we got.
I mean, actually, you know what? I will give you, if you live stream your wedding reception, or not your ceremony, if you're going to do a destination wedding,
Yeah.
that helps offset the douchiness of it.
Yeah. It does, probably. But no, like other people throughout the years, I'm spacing on probably a number of people. I mean, if we broke it down to people that we met through Emerald City Comic Con over the years, Christina Rogers,
Yeah.
Mike Millard, Todd Jones.
New Mike.
Yeah. That's not what we call him. But Mike Negan, yes.
I picture that broke you a little.
Yes, not new Mike, because he wasn't new. He was already there.
Yeah.
Ree Gupta, like the people from Emerald City have been extremely amazing. I mean, like I said, James and Rebecca from Little Vampires, Daniel and Donna from Steam Crow, Adrian and Mick from Optimisticals,
Yep.
Jamie from Espionage Cosmetics, and the entire crew from Espionage Cosmetics over the years.
Yeah.
So, like, people who are there now, people who have left, like, been so supportive and helpful. And, like, it's, shit, even the people like, you know, that are, have never been on the show but have been helpful in some fashion. Like, the people at Tiger Wolf Studios.
Danielle.
Yeah, Danielle.
I mean, she did eatables for a couple
Couple years, Danielle, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sarah Korn.
Yeah.
We can't forget about Sarah Korn either. These people who jumped in and helped out and were a part of this. I mean, even, you know, Owen and James from the early years.
Yeah.
My brother My
Yeah.
brother has filled in for so many episodes. Ashley has filled in on episodes.
Yep.
Um,
I think your brother's done art for it before.
my brother's done art for us. My brother, Danielle's done art for us. Ashley's done art
Yep.
for us.
My friend Melissa did art back in the
Melissa
day.
did art for us. Yeah.
Hell, Danielle's piece is still hanging up.
Yeah, it's hanging up right over there.
Who was the one below that? The cookies rule everything around me.
Me and my brother.
Okay, I know it was my stupid joke, but
Yeah, it was your stupid joke, and then my brother and I ran with
Yeah.
it. He did the initial sketch, and then I did the
that was it.
vector art. Fucking Vendetta Red.
Yeah,
Zach Davidson, Leif Anderson, Burke Thomas.
been on multiple episodes.
Even people who weren't even on episodes too. Burke was never on an episode.
Sure, I was thinking
Leif never did an episode.
Zach's been on a couple though.
Marcus Buser, TJ Grant,
Tyler Wills,
Tyler Willis. Of course, we already mentioned Colton Anderson.
because those were kids were the
If
Bread and
bears were bees and bread and circuses.
yeah.
Jonah Bergman from Schoolyard Heroes has been supportive of us over the years. Even though we never were able to get him on the show,
Yeah.
he just never timed up right. Connor Marks and Jesse Lee Keeter were two that we forgot to mention as
I'm
well.
trying to remember the name of the theater we did our first live show at.
Oh, Pocket Theater.
Yeah, Pocket.
Emily Cohen, Mallory Shoemaker,
Mm-hmm.
people who've been supportive of us over the years.
Yeah.
Like, the list could go on forever, is what I'm saying.
Yep.
And
Trying to think who else we have, but yeah.
like, I could literally probably just go to our website right now and look at who has done an episode and just read that off.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's true. We honestly.
And we already covered some, like we mentioned Dr. Ballard did an episode.
Yeah, obviously, like Dr. Ballard. I mean, it only lasted a couple episodes, but Absurdist History was really great.
Oh, that's right.
Go back to our first official guest, Zach McCarley.
That's right. I forgot about that. Zach.
Yeah. My grandpa, obviously. BJ Shea
Yeah.
was an early episode for us. He was episode 7. Like,
That was very early on.
yeah, and BJ and all of that and that entire crew have been
Supportive.
and great friends over the years.
Yeah.
Jeff Robinson, former NFL player Jeff Robinson, who's agreed to do my silly little show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I'm having flashbacks as I'm looking through this. I mean, we got a lot of Ashley in here too.
Yeah.
She joined us for a lot of episodes. Oh, Sean Mayowski.
Oh, yeah. Mayo was on one.
Yeah, he was on more than one.
Yeah.
Nick Cates was on a couple.
See, I forget some of these people. Like, I think Sean was mostly on episodes I wasn't.
No, Sean was on episodes you were.
Yeah, was he?
Yeah.
Ashley's been mostly episodes I wasn't.
Yeah. Nick Cates was on a couple of the
Right.
episodes. Joel Watson from Hijinks and Sue and now Cyanide and Happiness. I'm remembering a lot of these old episodes. I mean, everyone at Standard Action, obviously. Joanna Gaskell, who's now doesn't have Standard Action is obviously done, but she still has her live show in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Which they've switched to streaming.
Streaming?
Which is called Critical Hit Live D&D.
Nice. All right.
Tara Theo Harris.
Oh, yeah.
We cannot forget about Tara. She did a lot for us in terms of just, being a friend and doing some fun stuff with us. Scott C. Brown.
There was another Tara.
Yeah, Tara Olson.
Yeah.
Tara Olson, who's over at she works for Mox now.
Yeah.
The former Surfing Aliens, Misha Dare.
Right.
And Tim.
I don't know Tim's last name.
I'm spacing on
Tim's
Tim's last
working
name.
for Battlefield Addiction now.
Yeah, well, Battlefield Addiction is his thing. He created it, which is something to help with people getting through heroin addiction.
Especially families people getting through heroin.
Yeah. Oh, and we absolutely cannot forget Jay Swanson.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He has been hyper supportive of us over the
Yeah.
years, and he lives in Paris now, and he actually started his own podcast recently where he
Nice.
talks about the books he's been writing, the stories he's been writing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you should go check it out, and go check out Jay's YouTube channel too.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Johnson, obviously we can't forget.
Yeah.
Tyler J. Hill, the creator of why am I spacing? It was a great show with Keeter.
Oh, I'm spacing too.
Glitch.
Glitch, yes.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the guys from Least I Could Do, Lar and Somer.
Yep.
Thank you for reminding me in the comments. Lar and Somer from Least I Could Do. Kat Ogden.
Wait, is that Lar commenting?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I just saw they spell the name, so I know it's not.
Yeah. Kat Ogden. We obviously cannot forget about
Yeah.
Kat Ogden. She is wonderful and a genuinely great person. There's Brian Lewis.
Backdrop art, Curtis.
What?
Your painting, your watercolor's right behind you.
Oh yeah, Randy Milholland.
Yeah.
We never had Randy on a show, but he's
Yeah.
a great artist who's been very, very helpful and encouraging of us over the years. Danielle Corsetto, of course, too.
Yeah.
Danielle, it took us a while to finally get her not nailed down for a guest spot, but I mean, Danielle is an amazing person and one of my favorite people in the world. And Aaron Jones was a big one. We
That's
interviewed
right.
him when he was just starting to get big.
Yeah, and went out to
lunch with him
yeah,
after on accident.
and the conversation with him after was almost more interesting than
It was
the
better
podcast.
than the podcast episode.
Oh well.
Yeah. There's TJ. Yeah, there's 400 episodes to go through, man. I'm not going to get to everyone.
Yep.
But like we can't possibly name everyone that we should thank. Oh, there's Dr. Ballard. I mean, and obviously there are people that
Dougie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot forget about Dougie.
Doug got us into Radcon early on.
Yep. And there are people.
Dougie's also singularly responsible for the Hungover Radiation Land
Yeah,
episode.
that's his fault. That's entirely his fault. Oh. We absolutely cannot forget Brett Bachman.
Right. Yeah.
We cannot forget Brett.
No.
He has been
Connections for like Mandy's and Cooties and
I mean,
and
even
just a good friend.
And outside of that, he's a good friend and a good
Yep.
person. And like we've managed to get him on the show a lot over the years, which has been really great. I don't know. It's obviously there are some people that we need to thank who don't even know who we are, have never helped in any fashion, but like Kevin Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Smith.
The other one's almost a little more awkward.
Yeah, we'll stick with Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Well, like Kevin Smith has been the biggest one.
Yeah.
Like let's be real. Kevin Smith, Mark Bernardin is another big one.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, like you said, you also met a couple of our regular listeners on the Nerdist podcast, on the Nerdist forums. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, I did get to meet Mark Bernardin this last Emerald City Comic Con and tell him, like, the way he looks at movies and critiques movies changed the way that I think about critiquing movies
Nice.
in a positive way.
That's good.
I'm able to see the things that I'm able to disagree with people without thinking they're stupid.
That's a good thing for me.
For you, it's hit and miss.
Because we've disagreed on many movies.
But it also is a way for me to think critically about things, but also accept things for what they are.
Yep.
And I think that's been very, very beneficial. And, like, I mean, obviously I could go through many, many, many more people, but
The point is
that
We're done.
We're done. Yeah. We've been doing this for
almost 8 years.
almost 8 years, 400 episodes.
400 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I mean, probably a little bit less than that because we got some of them
We've done it for 13 months of Sundays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, I know it works out pretty accurately to that.
Yeah.
A month of Sundays, 30 weeks.
Yeah.
We released every Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, it's wild to think about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be bittersweet to, shut it all down. It's like, do all the work that I have to do over the next hour and a half.
I'm just going to kick the cameras over as I leave.
I mean, one of those is your tripod. So
I think that one.
I think that one is your tripod.
It's my... Oh, it is. It's one of my backup tripods.
Yeah, I think that's your tripod.
Because yours is nicer.
Yes, it is.
This one actually came with a lens kit I ordered at one point. I have a couple that are like that. Like they're the shitty cheap tripods.
Yeah, like you got the nicer lenses, but it came with the shitty tripod.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that said and done, it's 11 o'clock.
We're done.
We're done. So, for the last time,
Goodbye, kids.
bye, kids.
Take my microphone with me.
That's my microphone, motherfucker.